Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Could have used a bit more Trainboy54 with this one. Yeah, I guess it's quite obvious I had to open up this video with the Haga for sure. So anyways, hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and well, I guess pretty much right straight out of the blue, I've decided to do another thoughts video for once for sure, because yeah, pretty much of anything I need a little something to really get things really going by far, and a good thing too, because the warm summer weather is starting to kick in right now. So I think we should be in good hands from Wine King Gather for sure. So yeah, pretty much if anything, I do need to mention this for sure. I'm pretty sure you're fully aware for the fact that pretty much, if you have seen my previous thoughts video that I did on Karate Kid Legends, I did give a little hint to, of course, the next movie that I'm actually slated to go see right around next for sure, and that being, of course, pretty much on my next movie that I'm gonna go see, which is, of course, Ballerina, aka from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. So yeah. And let me get one thing out real quick for sure. I am still definitely going to talk about that said movie pretty much once I do actually go see it. And trust me, I will actually get right to the Haga for sure. So I'll be sure to let you guys know on what I thought about it after I do go see it. But until that comes around, I decided to dedicate this thoughts video that I thought I would do to, of course, pretty much on one thing that I didn't really expect that I would actually do for sure, and surprisingly enough, it's been a long time since I've actually done a TV show for sure. Yeah, I guess it's quite obvious the Haga. I think it's only been about a few years since I talked about a TV show for sure, because, well, I mainly kept my focus mainly on movies when it comes to these thoughts videos. But I figure I would pretty much take the time to actually talk about this one for sure, because, well, this one is actually quite interesting for sure, and pretty much it's not just pretty much a premiere of course, a TV show that I actually watch, but it's pretty much revisiting one show that I grew up with years and years ago for sure, that just recently got revived hands down. So yeah, and of course I give it to the opening big that I actually did at the start of this thoughts video. I think it will get you the idea of course, what I'm going to be talking about. But for those who don't, I think it's about time that we finally talk about the premiere of course, pretty much the first 2 episodes to this newest season of course, one show, Phineas and Ferb. So yeah, I guess it looks like it has been a long while since then, and well, yes folks, that's of course what we're going to be talking about here today. So So yeah, pretty much, if anything, yeah, pretty much, Phineas and Ferb just dropped a brand new season not too long ago, with, of course, the first 2 episodes already out as we speak, and boy, I finally got the chance to finally view it for myself, and, well, kind of makes sense for me to talk about this in my latest thoughts video, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, so yeah, before going into, of course, the latest premiere of course, this new season, I guess I might as well give you guys, well, pretty much my history with Phineas and Ferb for sure, and how. Now, I guess it's quite obvious that pretty much a lot like everyone else, I actually did grow up with, of course, a good chunk of shows that aired on Disney Channel back in the day, and yes, by the way, if you were to ask me, Phineas and Ferb is definitely one of them for sure, so yeah, pretty much back then, when I was like a kid for sure, pretty much going back a bit to, of course, my early teen years, back pretty much when the show first aired for sure, I was madly in love with it, hands down. I actually thought pretty much the story setup for that Sega series was actually really clever for sure. I really do like the characters. The animation is actually really quite nice for sure. The comedy is actually pretty good, and yeah, everything else about it actually does make it a really, really great show by far. And yes, by the way, I was indeed a massive fan of course, Phineas and Ferb back when it first aired for sure. Even going back a bit to, of course, during my early years of my YouTube career for sure. And yeah, I think, I guess if anything, I have gone into a depth on, of course, many aspects from during my experience with, of course, Phineas and Ferb. I've actually collected all the merchandise, yeah, almost all the merchandise back in the day. I did play a few of the video games that they actually released for sure. I actually did see their Across the Second Dimension movie back when it aired on Disney Channel. I actually saw their live stage show twice, actually, which, I'm not gonna lie, was actually really quite fun. And yeah, that's just to name me a few from what I can gather. I was definitely a big fan back in the day. However, I pretty much grew out of it right around after the first half of Season 4 actually came around, because, well, I had a lot of other interests back then, and, well, pretty much, if anything, it didn't really grab me a whole lot compared to when I was hooked onto it for back when it first started for sure. But luckily enough, pretty much, if you may recall, years ago, I did talk about the Candace Against the Universe movie that premiered back pretty much all the way back 5 years ago, straight onto Disney Plus. And yeah, I really enjoyed that Sega movie, and yeah, it's pretty much thanks to that I actually did revisit Phineas and Ferb for sure, and I definitely do think the show actually still holds up for sure. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it pretty much one of my favorites nowadays, because, well, I have gotten older, and there are other shows and movies that pique my interest a whole lot more at my age for sure. But I still really think pretty much the show still holds up for sure. And well, I guess pretty much, if anything, I have gotten tons and tons and tons and tons of comments from other users saying that the show is now coming back for sure. And I was actually quite amazed to actually hear that, and I was quite curious to see how it's gonna go by the time it does start to come around for sure. See if it'll be a nice return to form with, of course, what we already know, hands down. So luckily enough, despite the fact that I never actually caught the official airing of course, that pretty much of the new season that just dropped pretty much on Disney Channel and Disney XD because, well, again, I was focused on other things because, well, I don't have time to actually watch much TV anymore. And, of course, let's not forget to mention, I couldn't gain access to Disney Plus anymore, but I might later on if I'm actually lucky. Surprisingly enough, I actually did check out pretty much the first 2 episodes that did premiere some time ago, pretty much on the official Disney Channel Animation YouTube channel for sure. So yeah. I'm not even kidding. If you actually search Phineas and Ferb Season 5 on YouTube, then pretty much the first 2 episodes would definitely pop up for sure on the official Disney Channel Animation YouTube channel. So yeah, I pretty much got to watch pretty much the first 2 episodes through pretty much through there, and well, now that I've officially got out of course, watching that, what do I think of pretty much this nice premiere of course, this new season? Well, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Pretty much what it is. Yeah, much like with what the characters in the show actually said, pretty much on my part, it's good to have them back, hands down, So yeah, I mean, really think about this for sure. It has been just about a whole decade since after pretty much the show made its massive conclusion with its final episode for sure. And again, seeing how it has been 5 years since after Candace Against the Universe actually pretty much brought those characters back for sure, but in a different way. Just by seeing pretty much the premiere of this new season by far, yeah, it's good to have these characters back for sure. So yeah, given to that thought alone, yes, I will have to say I really enjoyed this pretty much this new season that had dropped for sure. Or I guess in this case, the first 2 episodes of course, this new season for sure. And not only brought in something new and creative at the same time, yeah, and not only brought in something new and creative into the mix to actually pretty much update for the modern day crowd, but it really is pretty much a nice return to form of course, the characters and the formula that we all know and love, hands down, and yeah, like I said, pretty much just updating it for the modern day crowd. So yeah, that's pretty much the best way I can describe this pretty much the first 2 episodes to this new season of Phineas and Ferb that just dropped. But yeah, regardless on that, I really enjoyed it, hands down, and I think it was well worth it. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about. So yeah, I guess for starters is of course the story for of course the first 2 episodes, to which we know for the fact is of course pretty much the first episode being a summer blockbuster, and the second episode entitled Cloudy with a Chance of Mom. And yeah, honestly, I think from what I could gather, story-wise, I really do like what they actually did with, of course, this one for sure. Again, it pretty much plays out on, of course, how the pretty much on how the show actually set up its formula for sure, like they did originally back when the show was, of course, around for sure. And yeah, honestly, with, of course, what they had set up for sure, I know this is gonna sound biased for me to say it, but I think it's pretty much on how, I think this is pretty much, I think with what they got set up at the start of course, the first episode to this season, honestly, to me, I think it's pretty much on how how the first episode of the original show should have started in the first place, but I'm really glad they actually did it, so I'm not saying the first episode of the original show is bad or anything. No, it's still great, hands down, but I do kind of wish pretty much it would have actually started out like of how the first episode of this season actually should have started, hands down. So yeah. But pretty much from what I can gather, I really do like on the really nice setup they actually have for both episodes for sure. It really does play out, of course, what you would expect for, of course, on how an episode of the show would actually turn out for sure. But yeah, I really do like some of the nice updates and stuff they actually did to make it new and relevant at the same time, but also updating for the modern day crowd for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I really do like what they did with the story for, of course, this one, and I immediately got myself hooked on with, of course, all that for sure. And let's not forget to mention the writing, I have to say. Yeah, that I will have to admit is also pretty nicely done for sure. I really do like, of course, pretty much on how well crafted they actually did with, of course, the writing style with, of course, this one for sure. And again, I really do think they really got themselves going with, of course, what it has to provide for sure. So yeah. I think pretty much, if anything, I really do think the writers actually did a really great job in pretty much putting together such amazing craft for sure, with, of course, the writing for, of course, the first two episodes, and of course, another aspect that I should mention, the comedy. Yeah, I will have to admit, yeah, I guess if there's one thing that Phineas and Ferb is actually well known for when it comes to comedy, it's actually pretty well done, I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, I really do think the comedy in, of course, the first two episodes is actually pretty funny for sure, as pretty much a good number of jokes they actually did, for while pretty much goes by so fast for sure. You still couldn't help but get yourself a really good laugh when they actually pop up for sure. So yeah, that's the one thing I really do think the original show did for sure, which was really well done, I have to say, and I'm really glad they still retain that, and of course this one for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for that aspect alone for sure. So yeah, I think for the story, the writing, and the comedy, I really do think they did an incredible job with, of course, that front, and yeah, really does work well to, of course, its advantage for sure, and I really do dig, of course, what they had to accomplish. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Okay, I guess I'm done with that. Alrighty then, well, so yeah, now that I've actually got those out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple things I should talk about for sure, which are, of course, the characters, and yeah, what can I say about the characters that hasn't already been said for sure? I mean, we all know the characters from the original for sure, like, not just Phineas and Ferb, the main title characters for sure, but also plenty of the other ones, hands out, like, of course, Perry the Platypus, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Major Monogram, Carl, Candace, Stacy, Isabella, Buford, Baljeet, and that's just to name me a few for sure, and yeah, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen by far, I'm really glad they really kept with, of course, what they did with the characters for sure. I really do get a grasp of course, their personalities, their style, hands down, and yeah, all that and more, plus with some really great development, I'm not gonna lie, actually does make them work quite well for sure, that I can really admire all the ways. So yeah, either way, I really do love on what they did with the characters for sure. Yeah, they still retain, of course, who they are in the original series, and I'm glad they carried that over, of course, pretty much this latest season for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I guess for the actors that came aboard to play all these characters, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that I really do think they really pulled off some really great performances, hands down, and some of which actually still have that same amount of charm and likability, like when they first started, for sure. Like, of course, Vincent Martella as Phineas is still really well done, I have to say, and Ashley Tisdale as Candace still has that same amount of charm, hands down, for sure, and that's just to name me a few from what I can gather. Although I think my one complaint, from what I could gather, is that for most of the actors, for all most of them actually pretty much still pulled off some great performances, hands down, like not just Vincent Martella and Ashley Tisdale, but also the show's creators, Dan Povenmire and Jeff Swampy Marsh as Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Major Monogram, still have pretty much their same amount of charm and charisma for, of course, the characters they're playing, like they did in the original. Most of the other ones, I have to say, honestly, I think most of them sound a little tiring and a little bit off-putting in some ways. Like, of course, maybe I think one good example is that pretty much the guy who played Baljeet. Honestly, I think, to me, my only complaint by far is that the actor who played Baljeet does sound a little tired after playing that role for so long, for sure. And that pretty much shows, of course, his performance in, of course, pretty much the first two episodes, for sure. Again, I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but I do think it's kind of noticeable on my part, hands down, but that's just my complaint from what I can gather. So yeah, but regardless on what I have to say, I really do like on what they actually did with, of course, pretty much for the characters and the actors, for sure. I really do think a good majority of them still have their A game by far, and I really do love on what they actually did, for sure. So yeah, I guess given to all that, I think it would pretty much get you the idea on what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, quite a whole lot, for sure. I guess for one thing, I guess I should definitely talk about the animation, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think I really do love what they did with the animation, for sure. I think it's not only pretty much still retaining on what they did with the original hands down, but again, it's also updated in a way that I can really admire, for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much, if anything, I did kind of notice bits and pieces of detail they added in, for sure, is actually really admirable, for sure, and I love on what they actually did for, of course, the animation style, for sure. It's still the exact same style as, of course, in the original, but again, it's updated in a way that I can really admire, for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the animation. Now, as pretty much for the other aspects, like, of course, the music and the songs, which, yes, by the way, aside from, of course, the pretty much formula for its story and the animation and everything else that I've actually mentioned earlier, Phineas and Ferb is also well known for some really great music and songs, for sure, and pretty much the ones that we actually got in the first two episodes, I will have to say they are actually very toe-tapping, for sure. I really do admire on what they actually did, hands down, with, of course, the songs, for sure. And yeah, when I actually listened to them myself while watching it, I really really do get myself hooked on with, of course, what it's actually done for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much if anything, I really do love on what they did with the music and the songs, and of course this one for sure. So yeah, and of course pretty much if anything, the direction of course of this show. Pretty much of anything, I do think is also pretty nicely done. Like, of course, it still actually has the creative overlook from the show's creators, Dan Povenmire and Jeff Swampy Marsh. But also the directors of course, the first 2 episodes for sure. I can tell there's a whole lot of effort being put into it, hands down, to really make this look great by far. And it really does show on what they have accomplished for sure, and I really do admire on what they actually did, hands down. So yeah. And of course, pretty much if anything, the camera shots they actually provided to go alongside the animation, it's also pretty nicely done, and I really do get a good sense with, of course, each camera motion that they did as the animation plays for sure. And not to mention even having some really great visuals and effects to go alongside the animation to really help blending in with everything that goes on for sure. That's something that's also very admirable, that I'm not gonna lie. To which, yeah, I think it is pretty nicely done for sure, and I really love on what they actually did. And not to mention, I do love on how well caught up the first 2 episodes are through some really great editing, hands down for sure, and it even does match with, of course, pretty much the pacing for, of course, the first 2 episodes, hands down, and I guess it's quite obvious with, of course, the first 2 episodes, each lasting about 11 to 12 minutes long. It really does help the pacing, of course, of the first 2 episodes play out quite well for sure to meet with that's like a runtime for sure. So yeah, I think it's everything that I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, that would pretty much showcase what this actually did for sure. And I really love on what they actually did, hands down. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this one for sure. So yeah, overall, the first 2 episodes of this new season of Phineas and Ferb, honestly, I think it is a really great start to a warm welcome back to, of course, this show, hands down for sure. I mean, let's really face it, it has been well over a decade since after pretty much the show wrapped up for sure, and of course with what they actually did with the final season, and of course yeah, with of course the final episode of the 4th season they did to wrap things up. But honestly, I think usually I think with that kind of pretty much that kind of finale, hands down, there's nowhere near to go beyond that for sure, unless you have some great creative ideas to really make it work. To which, in the case of course, this pretty much this new season that just dropped, boy, they had some really great ideas they actually did, and they are executed perfectly, hands down. So yeah, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen, I really love on what they actually did with, of course, the first 2 episodes. Not only serving as a really great start to a brand new season all around for sure, but a really great return to form all the way for sure, which is actually what I'm looking for all the way. So yeah. I guess it is quite obvious. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes of this new season of Phineas and Ferb all the way. It still actually has the same charm and likability as, of course, the original, but it's also updated in a way that we know young people will definitely get into, and of course, older people who actually grew up with the show back then can actually really love and admire hands down. So yeah. And not so much, plenty of others that we've actually got over the years, like, of course, not just revival-wise for, of course, Disney television animation for sure, like, of course, DuckTales back in 2017, but also some of the other shows that came out sometime after Phineas and Ferb actually came out, like, say, Gravity Falls, or The Owl House, or Amphibia, just to name a few for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, I'm really glad I finally got to check out the first 2 episodes for sure, and yeah, I really enjoyed what it actually provided for sure, and certainly a really great start to not only a brand new season, but also a warm welcome back to the 2 stepbrothers that really want to make every day of summer vacation count for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, either way, yeah, I know I'm gonna sound crazy for me to say it, but yeah, I do highly recommend pretty much checking out this new season for sure. Right now, pretty much the first 2 episodes that I just saw are currently up on the official Disney Channel Animation YouTube channel for sure, as it's, as of now, my only way to actually view those 2 hands down, and it was well worth it. So yeah. If you are quite curious to see this new season for yourself, then by all means, go ahead and do so. They'll be airing new episodes, of course, Disney Channel and Disney XD as normal. And of course, will be available on Disney Plus the day after their broadcast for sure. Now, am I going to be able to sit down and actually watch all the new episodes of this new season that's currently going on as we speak? Well, given to my busy schedule, probably not as of now, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll definitely have to wait and see. But regardless of course, all that, this is definitely a really great start to this new season, and I can't wait to see what else they got providing for sure. So yeah, I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes of Season 5 of Phineas and Ferb, and what else can I say except, welcome back, Phineas and Ferb. Welcome back. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, for my final score, yes, I will have to say I'm giving pretty much both the first 2 episodes of this new season of Phineas and Ferb a massively solid 9 out of 10 as my final score. I really enjoyed what the first 2 episodes have provided, and again, certainly a really great start and a warm welcome back to this pretty much this iconic Disney Channel show on the 2 stepbrothers that wanted to make every day of summer vacation count for sure. And again, it was well worth it, and I'm really glad that I got to see it for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, so yeah, with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say in this latest video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of the premiere of this new season of Phineas and Ferb? If you've actually seen it for yourself, do you absolutely really enjoyed it? I think it's a really great welcome back to, of course, this show that we all know and love, or do you absolutely hate it and you think that Phineas and Ferb should just stop altogether because we deserve much better television shows that are better than this? Or are you somewhere in between where you think it's just okay for sure? So So yeah, let me know down in the comments down below on what you think of the premiere of this new season of Phineas and Ferb. I would definitely love to know on what you guys think, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and before any of you guys ask, no, this will not mean I'm not, that I'm gonna be, yeah, pretty much of anything. No, I'm not gonna do a revival of my own adventures of Phineas and Ferb. I mean, let's face it. I tried to do what Trainboy54 did well over a decade ago, and it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. So, you're not gonna see that from me. But although I think all 10 episodes plus the special is still currently available on Google Drive because, well, I need to avoid copyright with Disney for sure, so there's that, so yeah. Now, if only I wish Trainboy54 could actually, yeah, you know what, maybe I think it's, probably won't work hands down, so yeah. But I digress, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and don't worry about a thing, guys, for my next thoughts video, or my next video in general. No, I'm not going to be reviving on my own adventures of Phineas and Ferb, but surprisingly enough, pretty much for my next thoughts video, yes, I am definitely going to talk about From the World of John Wick Ballerina, so yeah. I really can't wait to actually see that movie for sure, so I'll be sure to let you guys know on what I thought about it. But I guess until then, and now if you'll excuse me, just need to get into my closet, yeah, there we go, so yeah. I guess I need an excuse to actually get one of my ballet cosplays out for sure. And trust me, that will definitely come into play for, of course, on my next thoughts video, so I don't know, I just need something in context with, of course, the next movie I'm about to see, so I guess until I do get around to see the new John Wick movie that's out now, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next thoughts video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyattackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427’theThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget.
Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wish list on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.